Show. I am your host, Suzanne Monk, host of the original Periscope All Trump Newscast, Trump Talk US. Welcome to the show. What did I say? What did I say yesterday was going to happen today on the news? Did I say they were going to talk all day about Donald Trump calling Hillary Clinton a bigot? Yeah, that's pretty much what they did. That's what we've been talking about literally all day. Pretty much all media networks have kind of been freaking out about it. And to add fire to the flame, Hillary Clinton delivered a speech today in response that, in fact, called pretty much everybody who supports Donald Trump a racist as well, and part of the alt-right movement, which I'm not sure Hillary Clinton is certain what that is, but she has affiliated the alt-right movement with secret white supremacist groups, or not so secret white supremacist groups, and has decided that the Trump support base is basically white supremacists. Basically just called all of you and me white supremacists, which is kind of crazy, and racist and bigoted, which is why Trump called her a bigot, because that's bigoted behavior. When you call people who aren't racist, racist. If you use the race card with no merit, you're a bigot. You're prejudging others. That's what bigotry is. So, Trump was right all along. That's what he's been saying. That's what he kept saying. And issued an excellent defense of all of us. You guys, if you can see the speech, this afternoon, actually excellent defense of you and I, the voter, who are just trying to lower our taxes, to secure our borders, to bring our jobs back, to protect Americans, to grow American prosperity, to provide an education to American children that provides choice for the individual. That it doesn't make us racist to want to not let criminals into our country. It doesn't make us racist to not want terrorists to come here and kill us. And that's what Donald Trump said today. And frankly, right before Hillary Clinton then made a fool of herself, calling everybody racist just like Donald Trump said she would. So, just as I said yesterday, you guys, the news is going to talk about this all day long. And they should. And I want to do a little thing right now. How Trump beats Hillary Rodham Clinton. Because we are in a good place. I'm just going to pick up back where I left off because it froze. And I figured out with scope down now I don't have to start all over. So we're just going to come right back over and go where we're at. So, Donald Trump, down to Louisiana. Okay? Gets all the media talking about what Donald Trump did or did not do, how much Donald Trump helped, what's a photo op. Then all of the other politicians come out and do what they accuse Donald Trump of doing, having a photo op. So everyone else looks stupid after they've been talking about what Donald Trump did for everybody for an entire week. They can't help themselves. Now, in addition to that, that postpones Donald Trump's immigration speech. Right after that, Donald Trump hits Hillary Clinton hard on the race issue. Hits back, knowing what the Democrats are going to put at us. Donald Trump hits right at her on the issue. Okay, this is a brilliant strategy. We're going to talk about it a little bit more later. Gets everybody talking about what Donald Trump said. What Donald Trump said. What did he say about? And then drops the little softening card. So what did he say about immigration? Now the media is doing this because we're going to talk about this in a second. Donald Trump has not changed his policy on immigration one iota. We will review in a second. Okay? So one's talking about it. Right before, a couple days, Donald Trump delivers his big speech on immigration. Once again, Donald Trump has convinced the media to be his advertisement machine for a big old speech that is going to lay out his policies that they're all going to cover live, like they've been covering all the recent speeches. You know who's a genius in the media? Donald Trump. Absolutely brilliant. So, now, let's talk about Donald Trump's immigration policy. Donald Trump's immigration policy has not changed one bit. If you do not believe me, you should go to donaldjtrump.com/positions immigration reform and read the stated policy. Okay? What has been happening all along in the Trump campaign, this is what the media does. The media gets Donald Trump to do an interview, and they lead him into a question. Don't you mean this? Don't you mean deporting 11 million people? Don't you mean deportation force? Don't you mean yada, yada, yada? And Trump says, look, we're going to have to do what we're going to have to do to enforce the law, which is what he said over and over and over, over and over and over. It's what he said recently to Hannity. It's what he says all the time. We're going to have to enforce the law. If you read his policies, it is never stated we are immediately going to deport people who've been here 20 years. We are going to immediately deport criminal aliens. It does state that in the immigration reform policy as is written on donaldjtrump.com. It does say we are going to enforce the law and we are going to increase the number of ICE agents to enforce the law. But nowhere does it say we are immediately on day one going to knock on everyone's door and throw them all out on giant buses. The media made that up. The media came up with the deportation force, not Donald J. Trump. Not Donald J. Trump. That was the media. And then the media reports what they said Donald Trump said, or they interpreted what Donald Trump said over and over and over. And then when he continues to reiterate what his actual position has been the entire time, they accuse him of flip-flopping. He's not flip-flopping. He's stating his position. You guys don't hear it in the media. You hear whatever you want to hear. And you know what we do? We, the Donald Trump people, who apparently are all white supremacists, apparently, out here hating everybody and just wanting to elect Donald Trump so that we can take over the Republican Party. You know who's taking over the Republican Party? Independents, moderates, disenfranchised Democrats, disenfranchised constitutionalists, disenfranchised libertarians, and a bunch of original Republicans who weren't as socially and crazy and as willing to spend the money as the ones that got into office, who also have been disenfranchised. There's a lot of people in the Republican Party quit voting Republican because the Republicans started spending too much money and they started paying too much attention to social issues and not about the fiscal issues that were important to this country. And so they lost a lot of people. Trump's bringing those people back. So there's some people who are mad because they want to keep their stupid little social conservative, fiscal progressive party. And it's a ridiculous party. It's the Rhino Party. And we don't want that party anymore. That's who's taking over. Americans are taking over the Republican Party because the Democratic Party has been taken over by communists at that point. And it's gonna take a couple election cycles to sort that out. So, look forward to big speech coming up. Absolutely. Democrats are going to continue to play the race card, but here, let's talk about this. And this is going to be my Trump reason of the day, you guys. My Trump reason of the day. Donald Trump is going to defeat the race card in this election in the next few weeks. And watch. How? How will Donald Trump do that? Because he is the first Republican, as he said today in his speech, he's one of the first Republicans who, instead of meekly accepting the Democrats playing the race card, he is standing up and saying, no, we are not racist for wanting these things. And he's calling the Democrats out for falsely using that term. And he's calling them bigots properly for falsely using that term. And for falsely pandering, pandering to the African American and Latino votes and doing nothing for the communities but causing more and more hardship through their continued progressive policies, through letting sanctuary cities, which are absolutely just completely facilitating the gang violence we have here in Chicago and San Francisco and across the country. So, Donald Trump is standing up to the race card. Republicans have never done. You guys, we've all been so mad. Why do you Republicans keep letting the Democrats call you racist when you're not racist? You just want border security. And you just want jobs. And maybe a few of you are crazy and racist, but a few people on the left are crazy and racist too. So let's just talk about the alt-right that Hillary wanted to spend so much time talking about in her speech. Whom she has found, we all know, we see people on Facebook. You know, I give people on Facebook. They won't be friends with anybody who has any Muslim person on their page because they don't understand there's Muslims for Trump. There's Muslims who might be on our cause, on our side. It's not my fault. That's fine. You can just unfriend. You don't have to. You don't have to be mad at those people. You can move on. You know, people can have different opinions. That is America. You don't have to agree with everybody, okay? And when will Hillary Clinton and the Democrats disavow the alt-left? The alt-left. Black Lives Matter, the Black Panthers, and so on and so forth. Organizations that have called for assaults on police officers, who have called for assaults on white people, who have instigated racial violence. When will they disavow these? Radical groups. The communists and anarchists and many other groups that sat in to occupy Wall Street. When will they disavow these people? They won't. So it's always a double standard, and Trump is the first person who actually stood up to the race card and said, no, we're not playing that little game. We don't care if you have hot sauce in your purse, Hillary Clinton, pandering to black people. We're not being called racist and taking a stand, sitting down. And frankly, I'm glad, because I know you and I, all of us Trump supporters, have been having the exact same phenomenon in our own communities. You have to worry about being called a racist because you support Trump. On Facebook, you have to worry about being called a racist because you support Trump. We've all experienced this tactic. It's a tactic that goes all the way from their littlest of minions all the way right up to the top, Hillary Clinton, who we saw today issue that exact racist speech. Literally inciting more of what we've all seen. Attacks against individuals, falsely accusing them of being racist because they support Donald J. Trump, because they support lower taxes, school choice, secure borders, strong defense, and ending occupation and nation building, and protecting us against terrorism, ending the infection of ISIS across the globe. Because we support those things, we're according to Hillary Clinton, racist. Because they managed to find a few Klansmen who said Hillary Clinton said that they support Donald Trump. Well, you know what? The Grand Dragon of the California Ku Klux Klan endorsed Hillary Clinton, and says that his organization has given up to $20,000 to Clinton in various individual donations. Now, I can't verify that. I don't know that. I'm just telling you, if they're going to spread lies about Donald Trump's connections with the Klan, there are other pieces of information that may or may not be true that are equally damning about her. So, you guys, we've got them on the ropes, that they're already playing this race card. Bird is verified. That's absolutely verified. Yes. And there's ample evidence of her involvement. They keep saying he changed. He changed. The Democratic Party changed. Sure, they used to be totally opposed to civil rights, but then they changed. Nobody changed. Nobody really changed. When you look down at it, they basically just hid their agenda and used their Southern connection to create this guilt. This social justice guilt party they want to operate on that just plays the race card over and over and over. So, that's my Trump reason of the day. Donald Trump is going to trump the race card. Donald Trump is going to trump the race card. Hillary Clinton accused Donald Trump constantly is accusing Donald Trump of being racist for being the original birther. But do you know what? And you all know this. Hillary Clinton is the original birther. That information came from the Hillary Clinton campaign during the primaries. Yeah, it was a Hillary Clinton campaign. You guys look it up. I'm just repeating what is known fact, actually. Hillary Clinton campaign brought that up. That's totally awesome. That's totally awesome. Deb's watching the show from her town's Main Street. That's totally fantastic. So, look at it. Even Google will admit that to you, even with their totally biased, ridiculous situation. So, look it up. Hillary Clinton is the original birther. So she wants to throw the race card. People in glass houses should not throw big racist stones. And Donald Trump, you know what? He played that dodgeball so quick, he grabbed that stone and he just threw it right back before she even threw it. It was brilliant today. Brilliant. We are on top of this. And we just got to keep riding this all the way to the White House, you guys. So, that's my Trump reason of the day. Trump reason of the day. Donald Trump is trumping the race card. And it's absolutely fabulous. Now, I want to talk about this. I like to sometimes talk about Trump strategies. Where's Trump strategies? Inside Trump strategies. Yes. This is a strategy. Donald Trump is pushing this race issue now before we get to the debate so that all of this argument has been fought out in the media. So that they've played all... Look, they've been playing the race card from the beginning, and it's already wearing everybody out. Everyone already is starting to believe it less and less. Like someone who cries wolf, more and more people are finding out, no, in fact, that's not true. So... we're already arching over the curve in which so many African Americans, Latinos, Donald Trump is speaking directly to these groups, and believe it or not, you'll find in many polls the numbers are going up for them. They're trying really hard to spin the polls down as much as they can, but more and more there are all of the battleground races going very tightly. And as I've said, if you go to the Real Clear Politics average and you click on all of the states in which Donald Trump is within the margin of error, turn them to Trump. Just be a little hopeful. Donald Trump only has to win Pennsylvania or Ohio. But the Democrats, if you click it the other way, they have to win both. So we have a lot of advantage. We have to keep getting out there and getting the message out. Discouraging Hillary Clinton voters is half of your job as a Trump supporter. Let me just repeat that to everybody who's out there. Discouraging Hillary Clinton voters from going to the... I don't mean stop them from going to the polls. I mean just demoralize them on Facebook, okay? Do not commit election blockage in any way. Everyone should have the right to vote their conscience, please. But while you're out there, please provide them, while you're on the Facebook, while you're talking to your family and friends, please provide them with as much information about how Hillary Clinton is corrupt, how she is paid for play, how TPP is a devastation that will allow multinational corporations to basically take over the ability of local communities to create jobs and will devastate our economy. You got to inform people. Get out there and inform people. That's half your job. The other half is sharing Donald Trump's policies. So with all of this softening and Donald Trump's flip-flopping and all of this blah, 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 go to donaldjtrump.com, donaldjtrump.com/positions, immigration reform. Read the policy. Nothing has changed. So, I know, where are the haters tonight? Let's do a little bit, if we have a minute, if anybody has any questions, let's do question and answer for a second. I'll wait for a little question and answer. Hello, everybody from Deb's Main Street. Now, see, question and answer always works better when the haters are here. Because to be fair, some of them are getting more respectful and wading through the news. So, I'm really glad that Kellyanne, that's not a question, but I'm going to answer it anyway. I'm really glad Kellyanne is there now, and I think that the latest obvious tightness of the attack, the political attack, the media attack, the use of the media back on top, getting them to play all the speeches again, getting the news cycle in our favor, has got to be some of the work of Steve Bannon and Kellyanne Conway. And they're doing great work. He is on point now. We are surfing it. We are surfing the news. No, I don't want... there's always some haters. I have no intention of ever changing the way my teeth look. This is an original look. Lots of people have it. Madonna has it. I'm no Madonna, but I'm totally happy with the gap between my teeth. So, no, I'm fine. Thank you. The era of career politicians soon will be over. Can we talk about healthcare premiums that are paid for our jobs being added to our... Look, the healthcare... This is the thing. If we don't elect Donald Trump, I'll add a second Trump. If we don't elect Donald Trump, the Obamacare debacle that is going to fall towards us is doom, and they're going to impose a single payer plan, which is even more doom. And we all know that because that actually gives control over to a very small amount of insurance companies. It does not actually get the government to pay for everything. Everyone is so misinformed about what single payer actually ends up being. And again, single payer is a monopoly, an insurance company monopoly. The government picks the insurance company that gets the monopoly, and they underwrite, and that's how the whole process works. So it will be, in fact, a monopoly facilitated by the government. And that is what will happen if we continue forth, because Obamacare is already collapsing. There's already many exchanges collapsing, just as was predicted. The exchanges are going to collapse. It's going to leave people out of coverage, and the government is going to have to take care of them and step in. Watch. If we don't have Trump in there, now you should, while you're on Donald Trump / positions, when you're done reading immigration before, you should pop over to healthcare reform, because his plans to increase cost transparency, to increase health savings accounts, many of the plans in Donald Trump's healthcare reform plan clearly will reduce costs. Clearly, even in layman's observation, will reduce costs, if for no other reason, by creating price transparency. I will be able to shop from one doctor to the next to find the best price, like I can with anything else. Yeah, and this is going to continue to be a burden. I mean, we're already shutting down businesses because of the Obamacare situation. Businesses are already shutting down or eliminating benefits, and leaving people stuck with going to a government plan or getting no insurance and paying the fine. I mean, frankly, a lot of people pay the fine because it for many people, the cost of the fine is cheaper than the cost of the insurance, and they're not using their insurance enough. We've eliminated catastrophic insurance because of Obamacare. We've eliminated low-cost insurance for people who would just need it in case of an accident or a major catastrophe. We've eliminated all these low-cost options and made it worse. So a lot of people just pay the fine. And so they're not covered. So, yes, so we basically have catastrophic coverage only at a very high price, which makes it completely irrational. You might as well get full coverage at a very high price. And there's so many mandates as to what has to be in the coverage that you can't actually, in many states, get limited coverage. You can't limit it just to catastrophic because it has to include all these things by mandate, because government intervention instead of consumer choice. So if we don't elect Trump, it's all going to get way worse. If we do elect Trump, you should look at his healthcare reform policies. It's going to get better fast, because there are, of all, look, I talk a lot about very positively about Trump, and I know everyone says, you're just in the tank for Trump. Sure, I love Donald Trump, but of all his policies, some of the things he's stating about healthcare sincerely will immediately improve the cost and the accessibility of healthcare to every individual. Boom. That's Deb's Trump Reason of the Day. Awesome. Yes, well, we won't need to do that with the emergency rooms as their primary care provider. We'll be able to actually shop around, including some of the urgent care facilities that provide additional care, that provide urgent care at a much lower cost. You'll be able to shop around for that and use your health savings account as you need to, and share that health savings account with other family members who might need it when you don't. It's actually a much better plan. So, yeah, I think Ben Carson actually, I'm going to mention Ben, I think Ben Carson would be actually great as health. People are always saying Surgeon General, no, Health and Human Services, because we need somebody to sort out the transition out of Obamacare and into this much more logical plan. And Ben Carson, definitely the kind of guy we need to do that job. See what's else. Any more questions before we do hotties? Oh, I love all the hearts you guys do today. This is what we have for free. I miss the haters. They'll come back. Oh, don't worry. They'll come back. Maybe Hillary Clinton doesn't have them on the schedule. They pay people to troll and hate. So, at least on Facebook, I'm assuming maybe they pay people to come on. Maybe get paid less for Periscope because it's not really that popular of a thing. So, let's do hotties, you guys. Now expand Medicaid and increase Medicare age, and people are covered. The problem has been is that the way we have Medicaid now, the government doesn't actually pay its whole bill. So bringing the cost down and getting the government to pay the whole bill, very important factors to fixing the healthcare cost problem. So here is our Trump hottie of the day, and oh, okay, great. It was tagging me, and then it was ruining the whole picture. So let's see. Yeah, the contrast is less than ideal. But there we go. See, that's better. And what I love, she's got her flag and she's logoed it up. You know, she's got the whole... So she's like a little meme of herself, which is awesome. And the hat. So it totally interrupted me right before I was going to get ready to say goodnight. And I thought to myself, you know what? I could just let it go. I could just let it go. But no. I'm going to go ahead and say goodnight. Because Little Trumpy wants to go say goodnight. As I was saying, go ahead and just watch my immigration. There's back episodes on Trump Talk US. You can just watch the immigration reform episode. I really break it down for you. You can just watch. You don't have to actually read at all if you didn't want to. You can just sit, listen, and we'll break it down. So it's just that simple. And that is our show tonight, you guys. We'll be back again tomorrow. We'll be back again tomorrow with more Trump news. This race fight is going to keep going. We want that to happen. Trump is beating the race card into oblivion before the debates come out. It's all within the strategy. We are on top of this wave. Keep trumping. Keep hitting the Hillary information. Keep posting about Trump. Keep telling your friends and neighbors. Keep campaigning, you guys. We're Trump's campaigning army. And I'll see you again tomorrow.